Yo, what's going on, everyone? Let's get this show on the road. Cool. So, what we're going to do here is in the last live stream, we actually started this backtesting sheet right here. So, simply, we're just going to spend our night continuing it. Because I have lots of backtesting sheets. This is my sixth one for my 10-minute entry system. But I want this one to have like an accumulation of 500 trades. So that way, every time I make refinements, I can just refer back to like one backtesting sheet rather than going through like 3, 4, 5. But yeah, we only have 3 trades right now. So we're just going to hop into an asset here and backtest it. These are all the assets on my list. I would scan for a new market right now, but my screener is down, so I can't use that, which is fine. Just gonna make sure I can hear myself. One sec. All right, cool. Everything's good. So all these markets on the right side, these have markets that have either been clean or were clean to me. These are things I'm actually looking at live today that have been in a good context, or like I said, have moved out of a good context that I'm no longer watching. So the top of my list means the weekly is in some sort of accumulation. This has actually just recently failed now. So this would actually not meet my rules. So I'm going to mark that red. And oftentimes, since this failed the MAs pretty heavily, it'll probably just chop around for a bit. And then maybe 50 weeks down the line, it'll start a new accumulation. Sort of what it did down here, over here, to continue up. So yeah, that's the reason I would take Frog off my list. But really here, I just want to find something that's like tradable. That's good. We can start back testing here. Shoot, I'm on my live trading view template, so I'm just gonna move to the back testing one. And instead of actually seeing the market beforehand, let's go back let's go back a bit here. Maybe like here, June 2024. And then now we can click on markets and it'll only show us up to June. Okay, cool. We'll trade this because this has a clear picture on what it's done previously to set the expectation of what could happen in the future. I just see this big move here and then a break below the moving averages. So I know right now I don't want to trade it, but we've entered this area here. I'll make this a clear box where price can just kind of chop around in until it creates a new move upwards. So simply, if I were to take this tool here, replicate this move, I'm looking for this move somewhere here. In between all that, I expect chop. So let's see if that actually comes into play here. It may happen sooner than later. It may not happen at all. Okay, so we get this break upwards here, meaning that the weekly has moved into accumulation. So we had that box that happened right there. We had the big up move, right? Created that untradeable action here. And now we expect this move to replicate itself over here because that's how markets move. And when I say that's how markets move, is this right here, this picture, if you just look at this, I'll move my screen over to the left. If you just look at this here, this is what a higher time frame pullback looks like on a lower time frame. See? It's the same action on the 2-month, but inside of this circle I've drawn here, you get to see the internal structure. And you see price make that accumulation break right here that has now put in bullish price action on the weekly time frame to now continue that higher high or potential higher high on the 2-month time frame. So that's the expectation. We are placing ourselves inside of a higher time frame to be able to continue the higher time frame trend. Just going to put my labels on here. So that's the accumulation break. This is the first high to be ran after the accumulation. I like to keep my charts organized as per usual. So I'll put all my weekly markings in this group here. And then on my daily time frame, all I'm looking for is a breakdown. Get that break. Wait for it to prove some sort of accumulation right here. So this is the break that proved accumulation. You'll notice how my labels are the same every single time. You have the label that broke out the accumulation. And then once that first high is made with a pullback like this, so you'll see the candles, the candle lows, oops. The candle lows keep increasing, but when a pullback happens, you'll see that the low of the previous candle gets taken. So that's how I know a pullback is happening, right? You can see the same thing over here. So you have increasing lows, increasing lows, increasing lows, increasing lows. And then this right here, I'm going to get rid of this rectangle so it's not in the way. Get that out of here. This candle right here came below the previous candle's low. So I know this was a pullback. So I know that this could be its own structure leg. And then you see the same thing again. You have a low here. Next low's here. This is a low that takes out the previous low, but it's almost even. You can make rules around not considering this an actual pullback just from the way it looks. You see it finished as a bullish candle, doesn't come down that much, and it's in a previous or coming out of a previous range. And then here on this candle, you get a clear down candle that comes and takes out the low of the previous candle. So that's how you know a pullback is happening within structure, right? So I'll keep pointing that out to you guys, because it's good you have a defined rule on what creates a pullback. Otherwise, you're never going to really have, I guess, a strict viewpoint on how you perceive a pullback that you can come into the charts with every single day and be able to consistently define a pullback for yourself. So this would be the first high to be ran. And you'll notice when you get that pullback on the daily, the 1 hour structure completely breaks down. Just going to group up my daily labels here. If anyone in the stream has any questions, anything specific that you want to know about my own trading, just let me know. That's why I'm here. Okay, so I'm waiting for an accumulation. And I should have MAs on my chart. I don't know where my MAs went, which is weird. Estimated moving EMA. This will be the 10. And this other one will be the 20. Cool. So we get the accumulation break. We put the 1 hour labels on, signaling the break through the roof here. Forms a base with a roof, breaks through. So that's how we know it. We can define it as an accumulation. And we can define this as a pullback because the low of a previous candle gets taken out with this big down candle. So we can now go to our 10-minute time frame. Wait for the same exact thing. And the 1 hour just looks like it probably breaks down here. Okay, and then creates another break here. I want to see how the daily looks. Daily looks fine. Still building this kind of higher low. Kind of wicky. Yeah, I still wouldn't trade this just because how the MAs look. They're completely horizontal. So it looks a little weaker, but it delivers right there. And you get a big down candle here. So how would I label this? I would like draw a line through this action. I would put this as the accumulation. And then I would put this as the first high to be ran. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the action here to actually sort of make sense on how clean or ugly this market is. I don't like how this came up and then like came down right away with a big wick, kind of chopped around here for a bit. It came up again and then it comes down with this big candle. I'll probably skip this if it provides an entry just because the action doesn't look clear. Yeah, so this is just wiki. So we had subtle clues in the chart that came to the, or helped us come to the conclusion that we weren't going to trade a specific area. And I think that's very important because even though it met our rules in this area to be able to drop down, we simply said no. And by saying no, we one, stayed out of a market that didn't deliver. Two, we avoid taking any unnecessary losses. And three, we now have seen the market fail, so we now know this is a market not worth trading. Daily looks like it's just failing down here probably. Daily doesn't do anything, just fails down. This range, like it comes up okay, but this pullback was just like super freaking ugly. Yo, what's up, viewer? If you got any questions, man, you just want to chat, let me know. You're just watching me backtest my own my own strategy right now. But yeah, let me know how long you've been trading for. Let me know how long you've been in the markets. Cool. Yeah, so unclean action, market falls off. Daily's now an environment that we wouldn't consider. How's the weekly look? Oh, weekly looks ugly too. Yeah. So the weekly, notice how we were watching the weekly in action like this, where it was making big impulses up with minimal pauses. Now on this side, so if I just go here, it's making big impulses downwards. So why would I trade long? Okay, this market looks like it falls off even more. Don't really see anything worth trading yet. Very choppy market, and amongst these areas here, you can see it. Every buy is met with sellers. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. That's how you know a market's choppy. It's not making big impulses to one side, and instead it's going back and forth. Even if the market's still moving upwards, a lot of these moves are back and forth. And I don't like that. Now this market, like it comes below here, but then it recovers right away. The question to myself though is, once I see this market here do this, how many candles do I need to see to be able to assume that this is still part of a higher low in this impulse? So the market's doing this instead of doing this. Two very different things. One breaks down while the other one continues bullish. But up here, the ranges start getting a little clearer on this market. So I would now label this. I would have started looking at it here, but I missed it in the back test. So I'll just start looking at it right here. That'll be the accumulation break. I'm actually exhausted. I was going to talk as long as I could in this one, but I think I'll probably just start going silent here and just back test. It's way easier to back test, or helps me go faster as well when I'm just like not talking. Can fully focus on the chart. Like this, I don't like this. Chop. I need to write that down. Choppy candlestick ranges are eliminated from consideration. This is a rule I've started kind of obeying lately. And you see it in this range here. Every time you have an up candle, it's met with like a down candle afterwards. And it just shows, or a glimpse, it shows a glimpse into what the lower time frame will look like. It's just deep pullbacks. Whereas on a range like this, these ranges here. Wait, sorry, where was I? Yeah, so compare this range or this impulse to like this impulse. Actually, I got a better one. This one. This one's like clean. There's multiple up candles in a row, whereas this one can barely go 2 candles in a row without having a down candle in between. So that doesn't make much sense to me. Like, why is it just not creating a clean range up? I don't know. Whatever, though. We don't have to trade it, which is the best part. Now, this market has already kind of went back and forth a couple times. So I don't even think I would trade this until price got above here. And that it does. This will be a trade if this can break these highs before breaking the lows. Yeah. My break even is at 1-to-1. So this market's either going to go or fail. Ooh, wicks me out, then goes. Was that market open? Yo, what's up, guys? If you have any questions on my strategy, just drop them below. It'd mean a lot if you like the stream, and subscribe if you've learned anything or I've said something that caught your attention. But yeah, this would be a loss, which is fine. I'm just trying to see in this next area, because that would have been a loss. This normally would have been... Let me see how that looks on the 1 hour. This would be a pause. So I would have got another entry here because price comes up, breaks down, and then makes it break back up. Oh my God, I hate having my short thing first. I hate pressing on my short thing. I don't even take shorts. Like, I literally do not even take shorts. So this one would be a break even. So we got a -1 and a break even. This trade, though, looks like it would still be running if it didn't take me out. Which is fine. -1 for loss, and then 0 for break even. And then this would be the third high to be ran. I don't trade anything past the third high. So yeah, I just want to trade this. This is also choppy action. Like, chances are if you enter this, it's probably going to lose just from the nature of these wicks. Like, wicks up, wicks down, wicks up, wicks down, wicks up, wicks down. If you enter this, it's probably almost guaranteed to lose. Yeah, see? Wick up and then loss. You can see it in the action. At least these pullbacks and breakdowns were clean and quick. This one, price just didn't know what the heck it wanted to do. You could see it. I just showed it to you. Oh my God, this trade would have went for 78 RR. It's cool. So this would be a break even. We would move to break even at 1 to 1. Oof. And then takes us out right here. And then just takes off right away. This trade would have been a break even anyways. Whether it didn't take me out there or not. So that's a break even. Cool. So hot in my room. Holy smokes. Like, it's actually... Nights when you're just back testing are chill. Chill, chill, chill. Yeah, see, the weekly got choppy in here. Yeah, it actually failed as well.